This is a William Brien Memorial Shelter in New York. Got bunks, stone. I put my hammock up over there. Had to go 0.4 miles down a steep rocky hill to get water last night. That's always fun. But this is day 41, Friday, June 24th. And it's 10 o'clock. Getting our normal late start. And I had to stitch a hole in my pants this morning, but the weather seems to be nice so far. Got 9 miles to do. Gonna stay at a lodge because the next shelter is like 4 miles away, and then the one after that is 30 miles from here. So yeah, not doing 30 miles. So I'm gonna stay at that lodge tonight and then see about tomorrow night. But we're going to finish getting everything packed up, and we'll get back on the trail shortly. So we are getting on the trail. It's almost 11:45. We're leaving the shelter. But I was just about to leave, and 2 hikers come down the hill, and I've been talking to them, and they wanted me to take their picture, and so, oh well. I'm getting a little later start than planned, but it happens a lot apparently. So we'll get to start our day with climbing these rock steps. And we got the views of New York City today, and so hopefully the rain will hold off and we'll get some good views, and it'll stay cool like this. It's in the high 70s because it's real overcast. So this is much better than the 90s. I can work with this. So that's the trail going north. And then the trail coming south. It's been kind of rocky like this, but nice. We've just been going through this big blueberry forest. We had that one little climb coming from the shelter, but so far it's 12:15, so we're half, 3/4 of a mile in. And the trail's been fairly nice and flowy. So if it'll stay like this for a while and the sun stays behind the clouds, then this will be great. Well, here's the end of our nice smooth trail. I smell a skunk somewhere. I got some rock steps. You're gonna go right up through there. The blaze up there on the tree. I'm surprised it doesn't go up through that somehow. Which, it probably did look a lot like that before they put in the steps. You know, many moons ago. And then little old skinny tree with a massive burl on it. I've been seeing a lot of trees with burls on them since I got to New York. It looks fairly short, so should get up it pretty quick. Here's a nice view. That little rock stair was, it was just a third of it that we could see at the bottom, but it still wasn't too bad. But we got a good view. Got some nice views though. Got some more views. "34 miles down that road, the Big Apple." So it says 0.4 miles this way at the Welcome Center. There's a vending machine. So since it's fairly flat, I will stroll down there and have a look-see. Well, the visitor center / bookstore is closed. It says it's only open on a weekend. I didn't see any vending machines outside. They probably have drinks inside, but with it being closed, oh well. I did have some trash to throw away though, so it wasn't completely wasted time. There's another deer. There's 2 of them. New York has an abundance of deer, I can tell you. So I was sitting on this log, taking a pack-off break, and I get up, put my pack back on, and I look over, and I see this guy here cruising away from the log. So watch where you step and sit, folks. I'm not going to get too close to it, but that's about as close as I'm comfortable with. He's not in an aggressive stance, so it's not like he's going to come chase me down. Yeah, I moved, and he's like, okay, I don't want nothing to do with you. I see poisonous snakes, you don't mess with them, they won't mess with you. First rattlesnake on the AT. All those rocks of Pennsylvania and everything else. I find one right on the highway in New York. 34 miles from New York City. We'll leave this guy alone and start back on our hike. Now, I don't know, but he could have been in that hole right there under the log. It kind of looks small for him, but well, not really. So yeah, while I was sitting right here on the log, he could have been stretched out under the log. I looked around it, but you can't see under it. And he's still cruising on that way. Okay, so the AWOL guys said the next water source was like a half a mile or something from where we had stopped up there by the road. And I walked like 10 minutes and came to it. So I stopped again, drank a liter, put about a half a liter in my bladder. So I probably have a liter now. It's like 4 miles to the next water source. But since it's not a super hot day, because I drank like a half a liter up by the road and a liter before I left camp. So I should be good to the next water source. I'll have to be. Every time I see these holes in the trail, I'm thinking snakes. I don't know if they're snake holes or chipmunk holes or what, but I see them all over. So we got a little flat, and then I think there's a hill climb coming up, and then we'll be at the next shelter. And about halfway done for the day. It's 3 o'clock. So we'll probably get to the lodge 7:30, I imagine. I don't know. Here's another footbridge, so you never know with AWOL. It'll say like a footbridge, and then you'll pass 4 of them, so you don't know exactly which one it's talking about. And then there will be water sources that show up that's not listed, so sometimes you end up carrying a whole bunch of water when you didn't have to. Point 3 back to the Palisades Parkway. Bear Mountain Inn, 5.7. I don't know if that's where we're going. The inn, I think so, because it was cheaper than the Bear Mountain Lodge, or vice versa. I can't remember, but the mileage is about right. So the grade going up this hill is not too bad. That's the hill we're climbing. It's kind of switched back, so it's not a very steep grade. But the trail has gotten eerily quiet. But yeah, there's like, it's kind of reminding me of in the south, the woods are just like, you hear a bird every now and again. Occasionally you see a squirrel or a chipmunk. But for the most part, it's just quiet. So if solitude and peace and quiet is what you're looking for, 2020 is definitely your year. I haven't checked the weather, but I've heard on Monday it's supposed to be like 97 or something. So probably not much hiking on Monday. That's a little too hot for lugging a pack over mountains. But yeah, we're almost to the top. So we made it to the top, or at least close to it. And that's the view we're rewarded with. And a little bit of a breeze. Still have a little bit more climbing to do. It appears we have a good view. And you can, well, maybe see that highway way down there. So in an hour's time, I came all the way up here. And it says the shelter is that way. There's no water at the shelter. It says you can see New York City, but it's a half a mile. Then you can see New York City from on up the trail, so I'm not going to go to the shelter. It's pretty much the same view we had earlier, just a different angle. It's pretty much the same view. Just moving down just a little further each time. I believe the mountain there with the tower on top is Bear Mountain. We just keep crisscrossing the ridge from one side to the next. So we keep getting the same views, slightly different angle. So we stopped here, take a pack off break, sat on that rock, had a cream cheese and chives, pack of crackers and a Snickers bar, and from the sounds of it we're almost to the road, which means we'll be at the tower we saw on Bear Mountain in about 2 miles. And then that'll be getting close to our final destination for the day. It's 5:35. So it seems to be we're on track for a good time. It said in the book, pay attention to blazes all through here, and it's been a nightmare. I mean, there's just trails everywhere. But at least they have the blazes. I mean, this nicely blazed through here, and they look like they're kept new and fresh. Once we get up here past the road, then we'll start our climb up Bear Mountain, which doesn't look as bad as the one we did earlier, according to the profile, but you never can tell. So we made it across the road, starting to do our first climb. This Bear Mountain's got 2 climbs. So there's a road over there, came through, and then we come up these rock steps. And then when we get to the top of this little short climb, there's another road, and then there's a longer climb on the other side. I don't know if they included the steps over on the other side. I remember reading in the Thru Hiker's Companion that there was over 1,000 hand-hewn steps. So that's a lot of rock steps. And I would imagine they're probably including all the ones we did earlier today. That's probably for the whole park. So by the end of the day, we're going to be stepped on 1,000 hand-hewn steps. So we crossed the road right over there, and we're starting our second half of the climb. And I have a feeling it's not, but if it's like this the whole way, it won't be bad at all. I mean, the map did show it was kind of a slow grade, so. And I see these piles of rocks stacked up, I guess to support the mountainside and to keep it from falling on the road. Probably was done 100 years ago. As you see, rocks still find their way down. I'm just glad the AT didn't decide to go up through there or something. Well, we've been on this for a while, but I knew it wouldn't last forever. There goes the trail up over the mountain. And the thing is, I bet this ends up in the same place we're going to end up on the trail. That has happened more than once. Oh well. We'll follow the white blazes. Kind of reminds me of going into Palmerton. The trail to the parking area was widened to the left. Well, no, not Palmerton, Duncannon. And the new AT went to the right and up this steep rocky hill. Here's the staircase that we started at down I don't know, 40, 50 steps back. It's kind of cool. So if I look back down the staircase, it goes around that rock, and that's the road down there. And we're still going up, so we got more stairs. So the 1,000 may just be on this mountain. That's all the stairs we just came up. It's got this view spot. Not a bad view. We're not quite to the top, but we're not far from it. So. And here we are on the rock face that we were getting views from on the top of that mountain earlier. It looks like a long way, but it's just a couple of miles. It's funny in the mountains, it looks like you don't have to travel forever to get somewhere, but in reality it doesn't take you very long. Oh, nice breeze. Just for a second. So I think we're done with the steps. Got some good views though. And then we're almost done for the day. It's 7:15. So we made it to the top of Bear Mountain. And I see a cold soda in my future. I hope. As long as they're not out of order or sold out. I pushed the wrong button, got a Coke Zero to start with. Even it being cold and I'm thirsty, it was still nasty. Well, we're headed down from Bear Mountain. There was people all over up there, and it was pretty much the same lake and stuff that we'd been seeing earlier in the day, just a slightly higher view of it. So with all the people running around, I didn't record anything. So we're going down these stairs to the lake, and then we're going to call and get a ride to the room and call it a day. I tell you, all these stairs, they really work on your thigh muscles. Something that Maryland and Pennsylvania and not too much of Jersey did. So now that my feet and stuff like that's gotten used to what's going on, other muscles have to get used to it. But it'll be alright. So we've been going down, we just came down, and this is what we're going down, this stairway path for a long time. It is, would have been, in my opinion, much worse to go up this. So, of course you're always biased, you know, the stuff you're going down, but I don't think I went up near this many steps on the northbound side. But the work that went into building this is insane. ATC Through Hiker's Companion tells how many hours it took volunteers to build this path. It's just crazy. So, if you really want to help the AT, go join your local trail club. They might work you half to death, but hikers will enjoy your work for decades. Or hate it, depending on which way they're going.